Hello and welcome back. If you missed my first video where I introduced myself, my name is Jolene and I work at the Lois Curtis Center as a sign language interpreter for the staff and out in the community. Today I thought we would talk about the differences between translating, interpreting, and transliterating. Most people don't even realize there is a difference. Keep in mind that this is from a sign language interpreter's viewpoint. I don't know a lot about other foreign language interpreters. I'm assuming their thoughts and rules are kind of the same as ours, but I'm not 100% sure. And also, this is meant to be a very basic explanation. There's always exceptions to the rules, but with the time that we have today, I just want to keep it at a very basic level. With that, let's get started.
Translate. Converting written text from one language to another.
Translations have to do with written materials. So it can be documents, forms, applications, books, a website, a user guide, and they use translations for subtitles on movies. I do not translate a lot, I mostly interpret, but at the end of this segment I have a few examples that I can share with you. So translating, it's important to be accurate, so it does take time. You get the document, you have to review it, make sure you understand it, and if you don't, you have the time that you can research or you can ask for clarification. And when the translation is done, you can always go back if you realize that you need to change something and do an edit. So I told you that I don't translate a lot, but the few examples that I have is if a deaf person gets a mail or if they want to apply for Social Security, they can always come to the center and I can read the paper, and if I understand it, I can sign it to them and they can fill it out. Another example is at a doctor's office. You know, on that initial visit, they give you insurance to fill out and a health history to fill out. I can take the form and sign it to them so they can fill it out themselves. So that is translating. Now we're going to move on to interpreting.
Interpreting. Converting speech or sign language from a source language into a target language.
Interpreting has to do with the spoken word, and I use that loosely. In this situation, it's going to be either English or it's going to be American Sign Language. We have the source language, which is how we get information, and we interpret that into the target language. Interpreting depends heavily on the meaning of what a person wants to convey. So we don't focus as much on individual words, but taking all the words together, figuring out what they mean, and interpreting that. Because it's real time and because language can be a little vague, we can make mistakes during the interpreting process. There are ways that are built into the language that we can correct ourselves and then go on with the rest of the interpretation. Any place that you have to go or that you enjoy going, there's a good chance that a deaf person can or want to go also. And that is the settings that we can show up in. So we can do business meetings, we can do any vocational related activities, educational settings, enjoyment for like concerts or plays, conferences, any medical situations, any legal situations. Like I said, anything that you have to do in your life, a deaf person is going to be the same. So that's interpreting. Up next is going to be transliterating.
Transliterating. changing one form of an English message into another form.
Up until now, we've been talking about interpreting and translating. Both of those depend on taking a message, figuring out what the meaning is, and then producing that message in another language. Transliterating, which in sign I'm going to abbreviate TL, does not depend on the meaning at all. It depends on sound. So in another video, I'm going to be talking about different sign systems, but for today's purposes, just know that American Sign Language is different than an English sign system. So with transliterating, each spoken English word that I hear would have a specific English sign attached to it. And it's not as conceptually accurate as the American Sign Language is. So in conclusion, today how everything could relate to this video is if you had the English transcript of today's video, sent it away, got it changed into Spanish, that'd be translating. If I stopped signing and I was just talking for myself, and then later on I added myself in a little box with me interpreting what I'm saying now, that would be an interpretation. As I'm standing here, I'm not doing it 100% right now, but I am talking and signing at the same time. So it's very close to what transliterating would be. So thank you for joining me today, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.